Now I'm giving you clue and a report of the events what happened on 14th June 2020 related to murder of Sushant Singh Rajput. First, at 8:59 am, death of Sushant Singh Rajput was already declared on Wikipedia by maybe Riya Chakravarti, by Sandeep Singh, by Mahesh Bhatt, by Salman Khan, the whole gang who were involved in killing of Sushant Singh Rajput. At about 10:15 am, the criminals have played video games using mobile phone of Sushant Singh Rajput to to raise a false defense that Sushant Singh Rajput was alive at 8:15 am of 14th June 2020, which he was not. They killed him already. The, the criminals have used Google account of Sushant Singh Rajput to confirm about his death in the morning at maybe 10:30. They have tried to know if his death has come into record of Google. So again, they have used his mobile after his death. Then these activities prove that the criminals were in the flat and were in hold of the mobile of Sushant Singh Rajput. After that, the criminals bring the dead body of Sushant Singh Rajput in a small room and hanged him by his neck to the motor of the ceiling fan. They have called a sister of Sushant Singh Rajput and informed her that there is no answer to the knock at the door at 11 am and waited for her arrival. The servants Sandeep Singh and Mahesh Shetty, who were supposed to be present in the flat on 13th June in the night, and were present in the morning of 14th June as well. They took no initiative to break the door by calling the neighbors, the police, or ambulance. The criminals have raised no alarms because they killed him in the previous night. So there was no urgency shown by them. After the sister of Sushant Singh Rajput arrived, the criminals called a key maker to make a pretension that they had no hold of the key, which was already in their possession. The key maker opens the computerized lock of the door in few minutes by use of the duplicate key which have been in the possession of Riya Chakravarti herself. After opening the door in front of the sister of Sushant Singh Rajput, the criminals immediately cut the green colored kurta by which the killers had hanged the dead body of Sushant Singh Rajput. They intentionally did not take photographs of the way the dead body of Sushant Singh Rajput was made to hang by the ceiling fan. Especially intentionally, they avoided taking photographs. The servants Sandeep Singh and Mahesh Shetty destroyed the evidence of impossibilities of committing of suicide by hanging of his Sushant Singh Rajput's 6 feet tall body plus 6 inches added by dropping of his feet downwardly within the distance from the bed to the ceiling fan. That itself is 6 feet. So there was no evidence and There was no, in the room, there were no uh, evidence of any suicidal note. There was no stool to climb and commit suicide by hanging himself from the ceiling of the fan. These two, evidences were not found at all. After the dead body of Sushant Singh Rajput was put flat on the bed, they called the police takes photographs. The killers gave false statement to the police that Sushant Singh Rajput went for a walk at 8 a.m. and came back and asked for a glass of pomegranate juice. They say it's total lie. These criminals say Sushant Singh Rajput asked them what are they going to cook for lunch. So they must have already told Sushant Singh Rajput what the menu was for lunch. And according to them, after knowing the menu, he locked himself in the room and locked from the inside, which is a total lie. This is a very important thing here, that Sushant Singh Rajput was not hanged in his bedroom because his dog, named as Fudge, was present in the bedroom. And if they locked him in another room, possibly he would have started barking, because he was always accompanied with Sushant Singh Rajput in his bedroom. We have seen the videos, the intimate, affection he had for his, pet. The same criminal have made further contradictory and inconsistent statement to the police that, and even in media, that at 11 a.m. they knocked at the door of the room in which Sushant Singh was supposed to be, to ask Sushant Singh Rajput that what they would like, what Sushant Singh Rajput would like them to cook for lunch, when already Sushant Singh Rajput, as they say, had asked the menu and knew what they were going to cook for lunch. How they were knocking at his door at 11 o'clock to ask him what they were going to cook for the lunch? It's a total lie. It's a total lie. They are trying to raise false defense that he was alive in the morning till 11 o'clock, which is total lie. The photograph of the room is shown and during the photography is shown that a medicine box was kept on a shelf in a corner in that small room, and there was nothing in the room. How in the room there was nothing else, just a medicine box? All the cupboards were empty, and the room was very small room. It was not his own bedroom. His bedroom, we have seen in so many videos, very big bedroom, and where he kept his very big instrument for his astronomy, the telescope, I'm sorry. And a brand new, in that medicine box, the criminals, they have used their brain and put a brand new strip of antidepressant tablets, and they have made it protrude from the box like this. This is the strip protruding out of the medicine box. Not even a single tablet has been consumed. So they have done it to raise a false defense by trying to prove that Sushant Singh Rajput was suffering from depression and he was taking medicine. The question is, why the medicine box was not in his own bedroom? Why not a single tablet were consumed by Sushant Singh Rajput? No documents have been seized or recorded to show that Sushant Singh Rajput suffered from mental depression. Not in his diaries there is any mention of his mental depression. And a person, no suicidal note was found. Sushant Singh Rajput wrote his diaries regularly. He would have definitely written a suicidal note saying he was going to end his life, and nobody is responsible for it. The entire room was spick and span, tidy. The cupboards were totally empty. The it shows that the room was an empty room, a spare room which was used by the criminals to hang his dead body. And to avoid the dog, they have not hanged him in his bedroom. Further, then Sushant Singh Rajput has directed the body to be taken to Cooper's hospital, where they can easily get, a report of a suicide committed by Sushant Singh Rajput, and they will never be caught of the murder of Sushant Singh Rajput. Once the Cooper hospital declared Sushant Singh Rajput as dead due to asphyxia, the entire media declared it suicide. Mahesh Bhatt and his whole clan went on record leveling Sushant Singh Rajput as a case of paranoid schizophrenia like that of Parveen Babi. For the first time, such a derogatory, false and baseless scandal started making rounds on mass scale. It was also because the two servants, Sandeep Singh, Mahesh Sethi, and sister of Sushant Singh Rajput, produced a Panchnama and signed it and handed over to the police as evidence of being witnesses of hanging dead body of Sushant Singh Rajput by the ceiling fan on 14th June in his flat. So, this Panchnama, on the basis of this Panchnama, the police declared a case of suicide. Otherwise, even this Panchnama is not a cogent evidence that there is a conspiracy to raise Panchnama. Why the photograph of the hanging body was not taken? Because it was not possible to commit suicide, without, any without sorry it's not possible to hang himself by Sushant Singh Rajput by the motor of the fan, which was just 6 feet above the bed. Sandeep Singh started giving statements without any causal legal evidence to mislead the people by telling them in media that Sushant Singh Rajput ended his life at his own will due to mental depression. Why he did not mention before his death? And did Sushant Singh Rajput tell him in his ear that I am ending my life at my own will and that you are not my killer? It's just nonsense. Without any legal authority, Sandeep Singh started interacting with police to mislead the investigation and alter the facts. Who he was not a family member. The police, white police, chose him to interact uh, with Sushant Singh, related to find the facts related to the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. So the police and Sushant Singh Rajput both were in conspiracy. Sandeep Singh also started interacting with Cooper Hospital to sabotage the post-mortem proceeding, and he was the witness of post-mortem proceeding. Who, on, who gave him this authority? He can't do it on his own. He was not the owner of his dead body. No way. How come he became the owner of his dead body? Where was Ria hiding? And where was, why Ria had no access to the confidential documents of Sushant Singh Rajput? Sushant Singh had access to the most confidential documents of Sushant Singh Rajput, which he has handed over to the police. He has admitted it in the interview, which he has got, done to clean his face. He has said that he has provided police his passport, his Aadhaar card, his PAN card, and uh, it was he who declared the confidential phone numbers of Sushant Singh Rajput, and that is the reason he was repeatedly changing his phone numbers. So this man was not entitled. He was not a family relative, and he was not a close friend. He has never been declared a close friend of Sushant Singh Rajput.